Hey Soul Tribe, how is everybody today? Happy new moon in Taurus, and we are coming into the eclipse season. We are already in the window, about 2 weeks prior and 2 weeks after. We're in the shadow phase of the eclipse, but we have an eclipse, a partial solar eclipse on April 30th, and so we are in the eclipse window. So this is going to be new moon and eclipse reading for the collective. If you are new here, welcome to the channel. My name is Priscilla. I am the Soul Alignment Specialist, and I am here to help you alchemize every area of your life to get you back into alignment with your soul desires and get you back to your soul path. So if you have not met me before or have not worked with me, or you are new to the channel, welcome. It is so good to have you here. If you have been here before and have watched some of my videos, welcome back. I'm so excited to do this reading for you all. I just hit 200 subscribers, so I'm really excited about that. I was so hesitant for so long to do videos, and my guides were asking me to do videos for a very long time, for years, and I was very hesitant about doing that because I'm super sensitive and picking up on people's energy, watching. I didn't feel strong enough for that for a while. So yeah, now we're here and the following is growing, the tribe is growing, Soul Tribe. So thank you for being a part of the Soul Tribe. So happy to have you guys here. And I'm just doing a little pre-shuffle on the cards to clear them, get them into the vibration of you all who will be watching here. And let's go ahead and begin. So Spirit, what do the people watching, what do we need to know about this eclipse season and this Taurus new moon? All right, let's see. All right, so we got the Knight of Coins and the Five of Cups upright. So I'm gonna pull some cards first, pull some clarifiers, and then we'll kind of get into the reading. I'm feeling the need to kind of like section this out a little bit. So this is what we're having to look forward to, what this eclipse season is bringing. Are there any lessons that are coming through that you are needing us to know right now? We got the Judgment card upright. And then what is the spiritual guidance here at this time for the eclipse season? All right. So we got the Six of Cups, the Empress, the Knight of Swords, and the Sun card. That's your spiritual guidance. And then your overall energy that you're going to be navigating this month. What is the overall energy my viewers are going to be navigating through this eclipse season, eclipse window? All right, so, oops, sorry, I hit the cord. I have my phone plugged in. So we have the Six of Coins and the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups was reversed over there, so we'll keep that reversed here. And then let me pull some clarifiers. Can I get a clarifier for this Knight of Coins, please? Thank you, Spirit. All right, and a clarifier for this Five of Cups. Okay, they're saying that was all together. Clarifier for this Judgment. Thank you. A clarifier for the spiritual guidance pile, please. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. And then clarifier for the overall energy. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. All right, and so I'll pull from that last deck if there's more clarity needed. Okay, so what was coming through in the beginning with what we have to kind of look forward to, or what is coming with this eclipse window? We got the Knight of Coins and the Five of Cups upright. So some of you may be initiating a new sense and state of prosperity, of learning how to really understand who you are and how to show up in your reality to be that best version of yourself in physical form. And what I mean by this is like you're learning how to really find balance, not only in who you are, but how you show up, not only for yourself, but in your job, in your relationship, in every area of your life is coming into balance and coming into alignment, so you can eventually be that King of Pentacles, of having balance in every area of your life and understanding, you know, and having not control, but a sense of autonomy in every area of your life, as opposed to feeling like one area of your life is out of control, or like nothing's happening and there's nothing you can do about it and everything that you try just isn't working. It's almost as if some of you are stepping into this newfound like autonomy or freedom of understanding who you are, how you're showing up in the world, what needs to happen, what needs to be let go of. This Taurus new moon is all about this, is all about the not only grounding into this new energetic frequency of the new paradigm that we're moving into and all the new light codes and energy that's being poured into the planet. Like not only are we shifting and grounding more into that new dimension and reality, but what's interesting with this new moon being in Taurus is this is really a good time for reflection, for transmutation, for analyzing what is working, what isn't, to be able to walk away and let go and close the door on the things that feel like they've just met their expiration date, and moving forward into what feels good, what brings you pleasure, what aligns and lights up your soul, those types of things, right? That's this type of energy, this Knight of Coins, that's that energy. And this new moon is helping us with that. So just know that some of you are here. I think a lot of the collective actually is moving closer to this, whether or not the majority is there quite yet. This eclipse season always helps to bring shifts and transformation and move things in a way that will happen much faster. It's like eclipse seasons bring mountain moving energy, right? Like things that you thought were moving really slow, or where you thought that there was no way that that would ever happen. It's like all of a sudden that mountain's gone, everything's flowing either one way in or out, you know, and it's like everything is being orchestrated on your behalf, but you're not having to do a lot of the heavy lifting or work, right? That's what eclipses bring us. But then some of you here, there's like some loss happening. And one thing about this eclipse season is because Spirit and the universe giveth and taketh away according to what is necessary for you in your path, try not to look too long at these broken, fallen cups, these spilled cups over here. And remember, there's still more behind you that maybe you're just not seeing yet. It's still coming. It's still in the, you know, ethereal realm, in the spiritual realm. It just hasn't quite solidified in your physical reality. So just know that that's coming. So something that's been coming through very clearly is not to rally against, or not to fight, or not to hold on to the things that are wanting to leave, right? Not to push or force anything right now through this eclipse season. We really need to understand that there's this necessity for us to surrender and be in the flow and allow. These are the words that you're wanting to embody right now. And so the clarifiers for this, where we got the Ten of Swords and the Moon card. And so, you know, this is Ten of Swords where there's a bull here being a sword through its eyes. You know, it's like This Taurus new moon is literally, if you guys follow me on Instagram, I did a post today about the solar eclipse and the new moon, and what it said was, you know, this Taurus new moon is literally helping us see exactly what we need to see right now, exactly what needs to leave, exactly what needs to stay, exactly what needs to be done, exactly the steps to take. Like, it is showing us exactly what we need. So pay attention to what's coming through in your reality, in your consciousness, up through your subconscious, through your dream states. We're in this energy for a couple days with the new moon, so pay attention to that, right? And here's the moon card, right, with an eclipse, or it could be a crescent. But what I'm going to read this is with the eclipse here, and it's bringing balance back into our lives. It's helping us recalibrate back out of this old paradigm of suffering, of stagnation, of like, we're literally being forced to change. There's no staying the same anymore. There's none of that. It just cannot go with us into this new paradigm. So all the ego death is happening right now. I have personally been super, super challenged with money in the last month. And that was all my old shit, all my old paradigm, all my old lack mentality, all of the stuff that has been passed down through generation and generation. And it's like, literally, has all reared its ugly head all in the last month. And it's like, okay, I'm not going to freak out. Like, how can I go through this and not react? How can, like, asking spirit to show me, help me see what it is I need to see, help me transmute what it is I need to transmute, help me learn what it is I need to learn and distill that lesson out of there, and then help me let it go for good, right? And so just know that whatever you're navigating right now, it is literally the universe and spirit bringing to you exactly what you need, giving you the ego deaths that need to happen around the old paradigms or old patterns or old programs that you have been living in that are not serving you. Your whole cellular DNA is going through a huge transformation too. So this could be coming up as like spiritual flu. You could have actually physically gotten ill, sick in some way, shape, or form. This can be weird body aches. This can be headaches. This can be a lot of ear ringing. This can be nausea. This can be weird things happening with your skin. You could be feeling extra thirsty. So just know that we're transmuting a ton of energy. You may be needing more sleep, or like last night, I literally could have only slept 2 hours. I was like wide awake all night long and just buzzing with energy. And usually it's a full moon that keeps me up, but I don't know if it's with that energy of the eclipse happening or just everything kind of culminating in my life, because I am transmuting a lot. I know when I'm transmuting a shit ton of energy, and I'm transmuting a shit ton right now. And so, excuse my part of my French, but ultimately what this means is that I'm being activated in a new way. And because I'm not sleeping and I have all this energy, it's like I'm being told exactly what to do and what's coming next. And it's like I'm on this high vibration riding that wave. So you ride the wave that you're on right now, whatever that is. If you need more rest, then take it. Honor that. Honor your body. If you need to drink more water, drink more water. Get in some natural bodies of water. Like, help everything flow out of you. Keep moving your body, break a sweat, go for a hike, get into nature, ground your energy. We are really being asked to and being supported in finding and recalibrating that balance within. But this moon card also is helping us to understand that through eclipses, our light, the light from the sun, is getting eclipsed, right? And so that's our life force energy on this planet, and light codes pour into the planet. So when the moon is blocking our sun's view, even though it's a partial eclipse, but when the moon is blocking the sun's view, it kind of can shut us off from our higher self, from our guides and angels, from our guidance, our external guidance that we tap into, right? So then this is a time to help you come inward. That's what the moon card is all about, coming inward, feeling your emotions, feeling what's happening in your body, getting embodied, coming within, being of this earth and less of the ethereal, and really feeling what's happening in your existence and letting that ego death happen, allowing it to happen, surrendering to it, remembering not to stay too deeply in the suffering or the grief of it, but knowing that it's all happening for a reason, and know that there's more, like your cup is running over and there's more to come. There's 2 cups back here that are still full. You just need to turn around and look at it. It's like you just need to finalize what's happening here so you can turn around and be like, oh, like I still have drink, you know, like I still have something that I can wet my whistle to, that I can enjoy in my life. And so that's this card here of learning how to find and recalibrate that balance in every area of your life. Whew. That was a lot of energy. It's so funny, these readings that I'm doing recently, I feel like something is coming in and talking through me, well, spirit obviously, but I feel like it has been like, and when I watch it back over, I don't think I'm speaking that fast, but as I'm talking, it feels like I'm speaking a mile a minute. It feels like I'm speaking really, really quickly. So there's always this need to like, take a breath. Okay, so what is the lesson here? Judgment. And if you look at this, what's interesting is it's almost like there's, I've just noticed this. Usually I see judgment as like a balance of the scales, right? But this one, it's almost like there's 3 scales and we have 2 people back here and back here lifting their arms up. And then this guy back here is like kneeling down, but they're all shrouded. And so what's interesting about this card in particular from this deck is it's almost what I'm seeing is like, as we're shrouded by that blockage of light from the eclipse, it might feel like there's a veil on your connection or a veil on source or your spiritual guidance, right? But just know that there's this recalibration or this balancing happening. And it's funny that there's 3 here of mind, body, and spirit. Okay, so that's the lesson, is understanding, 1, how to not get caught up in the physical reality of what is being trying and what your physical human form is dealing with at this moment, because everybody's going through something right now. Like, I don't know, I'm not sure anybody's flying too high without some sort of challenge at the moment. Usually, even if you're in a really good place, there's always something happening that is triggering you, that's, you know, pushing you to learn or to grow a little bit. So everybody's going through something, and especially with this new moon and as we're on this cusp of the eclipse, it's just like there's just a little more chaos in the field, right? There's just a little more energy catalyzing and being shaken up. So I feel like everybody's kind of going through something right now. And so with that, what they're saying is this need, the lesson here is to find the mind, body, soul connection, right? So first and foremost, not getting too caught up in what's happening in your reality, not getting too caught up in the 3D paradigm or drama of what's playing out, but coming within, coming back to this recalibration of your emotions and into your body, right? Doing what feels really good to you, connecting with your mind, with your body, knowing that you are safe in this physical reality, even if it feels like you are literally dying, you know, because everything in your life is turning upside down, or you feel like you're completely out of control and you don't know where to start. Just come inward, come back to your breath, come back to your body, come back to breathing in your body, to connecting with nature, to connecting with all that is. You know, if you can't connect up here, connect outwardly in nature and down here in your root chakra, your feet. Get into nature, walk around barefoot, go sit on a rock or sit on the ground next to a spring or to a tree and connect with all that is through nature. Okay, so mind, body, spirit connection but you may be more cut off from your spiritual connection through your higher chakras here, where it's like we're just needing to be of the earth, but not let it dictate who we know we are at this essential level, right? Once we find that balance and reconnect to all that is through nature, through our physical body, realizing that we are source energy embodied, that we are godlike, that we have Christ consciousness within us, within ourselves, that God is within us, and that we have the power to unify, come together, align, and then come into a point of creation. And then that's this, the Ace of Wands reverse, this point of creation. It's like a match striking and lighting. The wand suit is all about fire. So new action will come from this, but you can't get too caught up in the drama. You can't get too caught up in the emotions that you're feeling, right? In the reactive state. You need to feel your emotions and then embody them, transmute them, give them to the earth, get back to a sense of neutral as you ground that energy and come back into frequency with your truth, right? With that. So if you imagine your body almost being like a harp, right? And I imagine when I think about resonance or about being in alignment, when you hear that harp, when somebody really knows how to play the harp and they do that long, you know, like kind of scales, and it's just like, and it like kind of sends chills through your whole body. Like literally that is what resonance feels like. It's something that's so deep within your cellular DNA and in your essence that it just like, you know, when it hits the right chord, because everything lights up in you, everything gives you those goosebumps, and then you know, oh, that landed as truth for me. Everybody's truth is a little bit different too. Your truth might not be the same as mine. Our facets may be a little bit different, and our experiences and our soul imprints may be a little bit different. So our truth may shift a little bit, but ultimately there's a part like a, what do they call them? The Venn diagrams that like intersect each other, because we're all interconnected and we all have similarities, right? And so this is, once we get this balance in mind, body, and spirit, there's going, like, spirit's literally going to strike the match. And that's what this eclipse season is doing, is lighting the match on the flames that need to be lit, on the whether that's to put you into action, or the things that need to be, the fuses that need to be lit to blow up whatever is not necessary anymore for you. Okay, and so the spiritual guidance, what we got here was the Six of Cups, the Empress, the Knight of Swords, and the Sun. So the Six of Cups is all about family. It's all about you know, it could be divorce or marriage. It could be the foundation in which you're building in your physical reality, like your home, or just, you know, your family unit, right? Your foundation with someone or something in your life. Then we have the Empress card here, which is all about listening to your intuition. You know, it's all about being that divine goddess and mother, being able to sit on your throne and understand why things are happening the way they're happening, knowing that everything has its place. And not getting too caught up into any of it. Then we have the Knight of Swords, being able to see things from a different perspective and knowing when to pick up our sword and fight and when to let, you know, to dodge and weave out of the way, because there's all this new rainbow grid is being built. All these new light codes are being poured into the planet right now, and there's so much happening. So it's almost like we just have to learn our dance with the universe and what that means in our life and our story. And then we have the Sun. So we really have to just continue to focus on ourselves, stop focusing on what's out there, stop focusing on someone else's life and what they're doing. That's their business. That is none of your business. You just stay in your lane and focus on you. Okay, and so the clarifiers for this, we got a lot actually. We got the Daughter of Swords, the Chariot, the Death card reversed, the Lovers reversed, the Hermit, and Temperance again. Okay, so with the Temperance, you guys are tempering fire and water, right? We're tempering and learning how to utilize the elements in our life to turn and alchemize lead into gold, to turn those elements in which our life of our lessons and the hard things that are happening in our lives into the strength and our story and the gold that propels us forward into our power, right? So we're learning how to do that right now through whatever's happening in our family life, through whatever's happening in our reality that we are navigating right now, and understanding that there's a place for all of it, okay? That's the spiritual guidance right now. There's a necessity for everything that's happening. Even if it seems horrific, there is some necessity or something that has been signed off on a soul level for this to happen. Like, nothing that's happening down here is not by chance, okay? There's no such thing as coincidence. There's no such thing as chance. There's only what's in alignment and what's out of alignment, right? And so things happen accordingly because of what's in alignment and what's out of alignment. And because we're a collective consciousness, we have, with our fears and culmination of all the lack and all the negative, lower, denser energies that we've been pumping out into our collective consciousness and into our field, we have created some horrific things that are coming into reality. We are not a part of this, right? We are not contributors to this. Excuse my dog. She has a little old lady cough. You okay, Priya? Okay, we're good. So just know that allow the water to flow, allow what needs to burn down, allow the water to quench that, and keep moving forward. Keep finding balance in your everyday life. Keep understanding that there is a reason for everything, even if you can't see it, even if it doesn't make sense to you, even if you want to rally against it and say, fuck this, I'm out. Excuse me for dropping the F-bomb, but I curse like a sailor, so you should just know that. But yeah, just know that this is your time to like take care of business, to take care of yourself, to bring the light back in, and to not only heal and nurture yourself and treat yourself like the sovereign being that you are, but to learn how to do this dance with the things that are happening around us and seeing them from a different perspective, from a higher perspective, from getting out of the drama and detaching from the 3D reality. Because really, when they say that what's happening here is not real, or it's, you know, we make so much bigger of it than it actually is, when you really get down to the brass tacks of things, I mean, we are an infinitesimal speck of dust. You and I are an infinitesimal speck of dust on another infinitesimal speck of dust called the planet, that is an infinitesimal speck of dust in the reality of the ginormous universe that we live in that is always expanding. So in the grand scheme of things, yeah, what's happening here isn't making that big of a deal. You know, like, if we can zoom out that much and realize that, like, yes, our life may have measure here and it may have merit, and yes, we are the point of our existence in our life because it is our life. We're the most important thing in our life, you know, other than our kids and our family and our you know, intimate partners or whatnot, like who we're choosing to spend our life with. But ultimately, when we zoom all the way out to think that there's nothing else out there in a universe that's always expanding, that's always growing, and that we're the only thing, I mean, it's a little preposterous, right? And like when they say that time doesn't exist, I mean, really, as we're coming more into 5D, we have 3D is very dense, it's very linear, and it took us a long time to get from point A to point B. And right now we've been in this in between of 4D, kind of toggling between 3D and 5D. And what happens here is the time-space reality continuum is all piling on top of itself. So that linear dimensionality isn't happening quite as much anymore. It's like we can manifest almost instantly now because everything is stacked on itself. And so when we get into that 5D reality, there's going to be so much more available to us. More and more people are going to be able to tap in like I am and just channeling and communicating with each other more telepathically than they are. More and more people are already waking up to that. It's just a matter of us opening up to these new frequencies and these new energies that are coming in, and it's activating our pineal glands, it's activating our cellular DNA to help us remember who the fuck we are, because we are really an essence. We're not this human body. We are not this vessel that our human essence is in. We have chosen to inhabit it at this time, but when we exit this body, our source energy, our essence lives on, and it comes back into other life forms, into other incarnations in this reality and on this planet, in this dimension. You know, it comes back. And so it may come back as a different being altogether. It may come back as a masculine or a feminine. It may come back. We never go backwards in evolution usually, but you can drop in and like be a bird and visit your daughter or your mother and let her know that you're okay, you know, by dropping in on them. But you're not incarnating that life. That's not the life that you're incarnating again. We never go backwards in evolution. The more that our soul evolves, like the more we come back down and we go into another more evolved incarnation. Okay, so I'm getting ahead of myself here. I'm going off on a tangent, but obviously this needed to be shared. So what the spiritual guidance is here. So then we have the Daughters of Sword, the Chariot, the Death card, the Lovers card, both the Death and the Lovers reverse, and then the Hermit. So there's a need for some of you to go within, to really seek that inner counsel, to seek the light within, to stop asking for outside not help or support, but to stop asking people what they think, to stop asking people what they would do, to stop asking people for advice, right? This is something that like you need to pay attention to what that harp is within you when that strike of that harp chord that hits that perfect resonance of truth. You need to pay attention to what that is within you. That is your truth. That's what you need to say yes to, not what your neighbor or your best friend would say yes to, because they are not you, my dear. They are not you. And so when you know, this is that time that Taurus is showing us, this new moon is showing us what you need to know. So pay attention, okay? And if you need to go within and you need to take some solo time to get quiet and understand what that is, listen to your body, utilize your INS. Okay, so for some of you to, like I said, there's a big death, a big ego death happening for a lot of us, for the majority of us. And this is what I'm getting with this Lovers card reverse, is this is the connection with everything that we have ever related to. Everything that we have ever been up until this point is literally dying off. We are taking what lessons we learned, we're taking what worked, and we are instilling that into our new programming. But literally everything else of who we are with ourself and who we are as a being on this planet up until this point is no longer. That is dying off. I love that this death card is a bird too. You know, like it is literally dying off. So we just need to let it die. And that's where this energy around not holding on, not grieving it. I mean, bless it. Bless yourself and your old life up until this point for how far it's gotten you, for how much you have learned, for who you have been in the world and what experiences you've had, and how it has helped you to show up and become the version of yourself that you are right now. And then make peace with it and let it go. There is this beauty in loving the cycle of this life up until this point, and then letting that death tie off so you can start your new story, so you can begin again. And once you do that, you're going to see things in a different way. There's going to be all these new ideas and insights starting to come into your reality. You're going to be more balanced in the divine feminine, divine masculine. You're going to have so much more wisdom. And then from that, it's like this Chariot card. There's just going to be this forward momentum that happens that's just going to propel you into this new version of who you are, into this new being, into this new embodied soul that you are, because you've let everything else go. You've blessed it, you've loved up on it, and you've said goodbye. So you can welcome in this new and welcome it in with wind on the wings, right? With a breeze behind it. Like, there's going to be so much forward momentum, you will not be able to stop it. Okay, and so the overall energy that we are dealing with are the 10 of coins reversed, the 6 of coins, and then the Father of Wands reversed. So overall, I would say this is like the culmination really of the reading. Those of you that are really coming into balance in your physical reality, understanding who you are and what you're doing in the world and why you're doing it, and are super, super clear on that. Like, you are literally going to manifest. You already are beginning to manifest the things that you want in this life. There's energy and potency behind that already. And then for those of you that are in the ego death, I think this is really the majority of the collective. But those of you who maybe aren't quite here yet, aren't quite in that, like, I feel like everybody's in the building phase of their new foundation, right? So I don't want to say the building phase of your foundation. But for those of you who aren't quite here, who are still kind of in your blueprint phase, there's this blasting open of your heart that's about to happen, that's going to bring you back into that just aha moment of, oh, I haven't been following my heart. Oh, I've been still choosing from a place of fear. Oh, I can see I'm not aligning with my soul desire here. I'm still like in societal programming. Like, there's going to be this blasting open of your heart to help you fulfill your heart's desires. So for those of you who aren't quite in this building phase yet, who aren't like chugging along, moving and grooving, that are still going through this ego death, like, what's coming out of that is going to be this blasting open of your heart, and then this huge, huge elevation, leveling up for you, which is so beautiful. And speaking of leveling up, I just launched, I haven't even put it on my Instagram yet, but I just created the page on my website, and I'm going to start launching it and talking about it, but it is out in the world. I am launching a mastermind. It's going to be a year-long mastermind. So if you own a business, or if you are a career person, or if you are somebody that is ready to up level in their life in such a big way and jump into starting something on your own, and are ready to do that, are ready to really hone in on your gifts and have support in jumping from this point A to point B, and are ready to, you know, be given support for a whole year, I've opened up my mastermind. It is open. You can go in. I have a ton of different, I think there's like 6 different options, payment options that you can sign up for, but it is going to be such a potent and powerful container, and I cannot wait to see who is a part of this. But if this rings true for you, if this strikes that chord of resonance, that harp within you, and that this is a fuck yes for you, or a soul yes for you, please go check that out. I will make sure to put the link down below so you can go look at it. But registration will close for it on the 17th, and our first meeting will be on the 18th, and we'll meet once a month. And in this, you are gonna get not only a group energy clearing, but we're gonna be masterminding at that same time and helping whoever is on the hot seat to reflect to them their brilliance. And these containers in masterminds, if you don't know what that is, these containers are so potent and powerful, with everybody really honed in on their instinct and intuition. And it's like supercharged conduit, if you will, moving through the group of just beautiful, inspired insight and action that can be taken. And it just moves through the whole container for that one person that's in the hot seat that month. And so this is going to be such a potent and powerful container, and I can't wait. But for those of you who are ready to up level in a really big way, please check that out. Okay, so I'm not even done with this reading, but that needed to come out right now. So the clarifier for this was the Father of Wands for both of these cards. So just know that both sets of you, both groups of you, are understanding what it means, I think, to wait for that lightning strike. Or this is something that you will learn through this eclipse period, is that you're learning to wait for that lightning strike of inspired action. You are learning to be the inner authority of your life. You're learning to listen to your own instinct and intuition. You're learning to understand what it feels like in your body when something feels good to you, when something feels like a soul yes, right? When something feels like a fuck yes. Like, you're learning that. You are learning and really understanding that, which is what embodiment means. You are embodying what it means to be a spiritual being on this plane, and how to work from that essence of who you are into transmuting and becoming the version of you that is the humanness at this time on this planet. Did that make sense? Okay, I don't know if I can repeat that because it was just like, it felt so clear. But it's like you're taking everything that's being poured into you, all the energy and all the transmutation that's happening, right? That's coming into our bodies, into our soul, into our cells, into our cellular DNA, into our muscles and our bones. Everything's remembering, okay? Everything's waking up to this inspired action, this like lightning strike of who we are as an essence, who we are, the interconnectedness. If you have ever touched God or ever felt touched by God, where you ended and the rest of the world started, didn't exist anymore, where you became one with all that is. If you have ever felt that, then you have known God. Then you have been touched by God or touched God, or you have become one with source energy for that split second, or however long it lasted for you, right? It could have been a few minutes. It could have been a whole day. People go through amazing experiences like this, but it's really what's happening is it's waking us up back to the reality of who we are as this soul essence, as a spiritual essence, just having a physical experience, right? A physical outward experience at this time. So that's what you guys are going to be really, I think the overall energy is what the collective is really going to be embodying and distilling at this time in our human collective energy. Wow, that was very, very powerful. Okay, so from here, I am just going to pull one more card for you all. Can you give me an oracle message for the collective that's watching this, please, for this new moon and eclipse season? Woo. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so we have alignment, Feyborn, and transmutation. I love when things like this happen in my readings because you literally cannot make this stuff up. I mean, those cards just flew out and literally this is everything, tapping on everything I just said. We are transmuting. This is transmutation. We are coming out of our old self and into our new self, and we're literally ripping open the fabric of time, space, reality, and coming into this new 5D reality. We're not in that 3D dense reality anymore. So if you're too paid attention to that, you're just feeding it and keeping it alive longer than it really needs to be. But we are literally, there's so many of us that are seeing beyond the veil, that are literally pulling it back and helping you see that there's so much more here than meets the eye, okay? So don't believe everything that you see. Remember, you need to feel it. You need to tap in. You need to become that hermit for a minute. You need to come into alignment. Remember, mind, body, and spirit. You need to come into alignment and remember that you're just an infinitesimal speck of dust on another infinitesimal speck of dust in an infinite, vast universe that is always expanding. Let that sit with that for a minute. Like, let that blow your fucking mind for a second, okay? And then the Feyborn, get grounded, get outside, connect with nature, allow yourself to become one with all that is, because you may not feel it from up here, from your higher chakras. You may not be able to connect with it right now during the eclipse season. So connect with it here on earth, okay? Connect with that, all that is. Allow yourself to really tune into the eclectic symphony that is life. And that is when you feel touched by God. That is when where you end and everything else begins starts to fade. So come back to that. Come back to that through this eclipse season and new moon. I love you guys. I hope this was super helpful for you. We will see you on the next one, and just ride the waves. Just ride the waves, and I'll make sure to put that mastermind link below. Love you guys. Peace.